Hello my dear students, I hope you all are doing well. So let's begin with the next lesson of your syllabus, and the name of your lesson is Anak Krakatoa. Anak Krakatoa is a volcano, and today we are going to learn about this volcano in depth. What is the location, whether it is active or not, all the details we are going to cover in this lesson. So let's begin. Krakatoa is an island in Sunda Strait between Java and Sumatra in Indonesia. Now this is the location of Krakatoa. Where it is? It is on an island in Sunda Strait between Java and Sumatra in Indonesia. It is known for its volcano which erupts regularly. So this sentence states that the volcano is active and it is always erupting. Erupting means the lava comes out. It is regular. What is a volcano? Now what is actually volcano? A volcano is a crack or opening in the earth's crust. Earth's crust means earth's surface. We know, right? Inner core, outer core. In that core there is a crack. From that opening of earth, lava comes out. There is hot molten lava near the earth's center. Sometimes it rises to the surface of the earth through such a crack or opening and flows out. When this happens, we say that the volcano has erupted. A volcano eruption happens on a tremendous scale. Tremendous scale means a human person cannot touch it, cannot touch hot lava, nor animals can stay nearby. You have seen that volcano is in a place where no human being, no settlements are there. It is at a tremendous level. The force of lava is very high. Thick, dark clouds of smoke rise high from the opening and spread in the sky. Big, glowing, burning chunks of rock and red hot lava are thrown out of the crack in the earth. Very hot mud and ash are also thrown out. A great volcanic eruption can change the landform in an area because it throws out unevenly anywhere. Different type of landforms can be formed. It is not a plain area. Different type. Either it is a small mountains or big mountains, or nearby big stones can be fallen. Like this uneven platform is formed. Volcanoes are popularly classified into three categories. Active volcanoes. Active volcanoes regularly erupt, means they are active and they are regularly erupting, coming out of the crack. Dormant volcanoes means these are temporarily inactive or in a deep sleep. We find information about the eruption of these volcanoes in history, but now they are quiet. Means dormant means at some time they were active, but now they are asleep. They are not active. There is no hot lava coming out of them. Now the third category is extinct volcanoes. Geographers can suggest by looking at the rock formation that they used to erupt long ago, but there is no record of it in history. An extinct volcano is unlikely to erupt again, means there is not going to be any activity at any point. They are not asleep, they are dead. Extinct means gone. Krakatoa is an active volcano, but today we are going to learn about Krakatoa volcano, which is an active volcano. It has erupted many times, causing great disasters. The worst of the eruption took place in August 1883. The volcano erupted with such a loud boom that it was heard more than 3,500 kilometers away in Australia. It is believed to be loudest sound that the man has ever heard. The island, which was volcanic mountain, collapsed on itself. Collapse means the mountain fell on itself. The dust was thrown up in the sky. Eruption rose to about 80 kilometers up in the sky. It spread in the sky around the world, and it later settled in the different parts of the world, thousands of kilometers away. So the lava was thrown out from the volcano at a very great extent, up to 80 kilometers in the sky, and then falling in the different parts on the land. The eruption caused giant waves. Waves means the waves which you see in the sea. So the eruption caused giant waves or tsunamis in the sea near the island. About 165 villages and towns were destroyed due to the eruption and the tsunamis. The eruption destroyed 2/3 of the island of Krakatoa. It collapsed beneath the surface of the sea, creating a huge underwater volcanic crater or hole. Because this hot lava or the volcanic one part was completely collapsed, means completely fallen on itself, it fell in the sea deep inside and it created crater or hole in the sea. Crater means a deep hole which is very wide you can see crater on the land itself, and you can even see it in the surface of the sea. So wherever the sea gets over and there is land, in that part also it fell so deep that it created a big hole. The hole was more than 6 kilometers wide. Then in 1927, a plume of smoke rose out of the water on the crater. Plume of smoke means dust, fire or water which is in large quantity, and it rises up very high in the sky. So from that hole there was a lot of flames and there was a lot of dust which came out of the crater. And it was also followed by another eruption again by Krakatoa. So students, right now we were talking about the biggest eruption did by Krakatoa in August 1883. And now again in 1927, there was again one more eruption by Krakatoa. A few days later, a new island volcano broke water. How did it happen? When the underwater volcano threw up ash and rock, it was quickly taken away by the seawater. But then the lava started flowing out of the crater faster. So the lava started throwing out the dust particles and ash and rocks very faster. And crater, what it did, it started taking up, the hole started taking up all the lava and rocks and ash together, flowing out in the water. This volcanic material was not all taken away by the waves, and new mountain began to grow because it kept on piling. Na? If you keep one stone, upon that you keep one more, like this. You can, if you keep one on another stone, it will form a building like structure. In the same way, rocks and ash were kept on collecting in that crater, and so it created one more new mountain. It kept growing and was soon seen above the water. Thus a new island grew from the old island of Krakatoa. It was named Anak Krakatoa, or the child of Krakatoa. Anak Krakatoa is still an active volcano. Eruption has begun again with more lava flowing out. The island is still growing bigger and bigger. Since 1950, the island has grown at an average rate of 5 inches per week. So students, in the beginning we were talking about Krakatoa volcano, which is the mother of Anak Krakatoa or child Krakatoa. So right now we are talking about Anak Krakatoa, which is an active volcano, and it has started erupting again. Now there is one more small part of old island Krakatoa which is nearby the Anak Krakatoa. It is still a little away, but it is nearby Anak Krakatoa. A part of old island known as Rakata is still visible in the sea, a little away from the new arrival Anak Krakatoa. After Krakatoa's eruption in 1883, all the surrounding islands and coasts were covered with hot ash. No life remained, because in that hot temperature no one can survive. When a scientist visited it in 1884, he found just one spider there. Nothing else, only one spider. But the living world on Rakata was not lost and gone forever. The wind and the sea brought the seeds of plants to the island. Some seeds came with the birds who flew over the island. Plants and animals that live in the sea came to the coast again. Small land animals like ants, termites, or even rats and lizards traveled to the island on the plants floating in the sea. So now we are talking about the living world on Rakata Island. One edge of the island was seen teeming with the plants and animals. So this Rakata Island was seen with a lot of greenery and animals. It was like a laboratory where the scientists can see how living things slowly develop in an area. So scientists were very eager, and they were very excited to see how the living beings start living in a particular area where the volcanic eruption took place in before. Now it is completely slowed down in Rakata Island. Whereas today scientists can observe this is also a part of Anak Krakatoa, which does not get covered with volcanic ash, because obviously it is an active volcano. It keeps on covering with the hot lava, and so does not develop any living being there. The western coast of Java was greatly affected by Krakatoa's eruption. Very few human beings were left there, but the wild animals and the plants in that area grew in number again. In fact, the wildlife grew naturally since there were no human beings to interfere with that. There was no other person to cut the trees or kill the animals, so the wildlife grew very quickly. So this region became rich in wildlife. So students, this is the picture of Anak krakatoa in front of you. I hope you can see the dark clouds which are there above the mountain, the hot molten lava which is coming out of mountain, and you can see that this mountain is regular, it is active. It is Anak krakatoa, the child of Krakatoa volcano. So I hope you have understood the chapter. Thank you.